Hello, this is Shankar once again, and I was talking about three planets in today's video series which I've done. I've done 3 videos on that, and that was Rahu, Ketu and Saturn. These are planets, as I said, they give you and they take. They're very important planets. They are not malefics. They are the people who make the people billionaires, and they are the people who make people paupers. So they are not malefic or benefic planets, but they are planets as planets who have two sides of the coin. So today the last video which is there is of Ketu. Ketu is again a node of the moon. It is again a karmic planet, a very important planet, and opposite to Rahu. Opposite to Rahu in the sense that I told you Rahu is not a transparent planet. It will create confusion in whichever house it is placed. Ketu on the other hand will not create confusion in the house it is placed, but it will give you anxiety where the house is placed. So mark my word, Rahu creates confusion, Ketu will create anxiety. Now Ketu is a planet which I'll make you understand in a way which is a little different. It's a karmic planet which shows that what you have experienced in your life, in your previous lives. Now Ketu, assuming Ketu is in the 7th house, it's not good for marriage. Now why it is not good for marriage, just to explain it to you, is that Ketu being in the 7th house, it says that, you know, in my last births I have experienced marriage, I have gone through it, I have, you know, I'm full. I don't want to understand what marriage is. I know what marriage is. It's enough. Those impressions are there in your mind. So when Ketu is in the 7th house in your birth chart now, it will say, it will have an effect where it will be detached from marriage, because it has experienced marriage in its vicissitudes in your last previous births. Now therefore Ketu in the 7th house will either say, a person will say, oh, I don't want to marry, because, you know, his inner psychology would be that he has experienced it all in the marriage. Or Ketu in the 7th house will make him enter into various partnerships, relationships, license, where he will go in and come out, go in and come out. So Ketu is that kind of a planet which creates these kinds of problems. Ketu therefore becomes a very important planet in making a person a gay, in making a person a lesbian. When it comes into your parameters of your love, that is in relationship with the 5th, 8th and 12th house, which actually govern your love and other relationships, there it will create a kind of a negativity there, where, you know, a person may get into love and just walk out of it without any reason. He may just walk out, or he may just take a right about turn. So Ketu is a planet which, wherever it is placed, it will, in a word which is one word I can say, will show you detachment from the issues to that houses. But the detachment could be both ways. One is, it could be detached in a way that I am not interested. Second is, it may get into the relationships, get into things, get into negativity, get into things which are not the norm which is existing, and, you know, get in and get out. So, you know, people feel that, you know, what's happening to this person. But that is what Ketu does. Just to give an example, Ketu, whenever it's in the 12th house, so there it says, okay, I have, you know, in my previous birth, I have traveled a lot in understanding what spirituality is, and let me explore more into spirituality, or let me understand spirituality in a different way. Now in both the context, it starts working in a well way, because when Ketu is in 12th house, either a person gets into spirituality, he may study one book, get to the second book, get to the third system, or he may just get deep into a thing and, you know, keep on going in it. So both way, then it works in a good way, especially when it is with Saturn and, you know, in the right house, it actually does very well there for spirituality. That's why I say that Ketu in 12th house can give you moksha. So Ketu is a planet which has to be analyzed in a way which I've tried to explain, like I explained you Ketu in the 7th house. Similarly, Ketu when it is in the 10th house, then Ketu says, okay, I've seen a lot of prestige, I've enjoyed all the name and fame, so I'm not interested in this name and fame. The person may act in such a way that he may not be interested in professional prestige, so he will do things which may give him a negativity. He may do things which, you know, where a person say, hey, why is he doing such a thing? And that is the surprise element. So that is what Ketu does to you. Ketu therefore has to be also analyzed in a very in a way which I have tried to explain you, and that would be the best thing to do, and a planet which should not be neglected under all circumstances. this is my brief about this planet Ketu, and with this I end my series of the 9 planets which I have tried to explain you. I have also tried to explain you about various houses, what they mean, the first house, second house, third house. Perhaps now I will explain you the various planets in the houses, how they act. We can't go in details, but that will be my endeavor to explain you the rudimentaries. I hope you like this series, and you can know more about you can Google my name. You can go to my website, Shankar Astro, Shankar Study. This is a hobby for me. It's a subject of research for me, which I am doing for the last 30 years. My father was also a very internationally renowned astrologer. Again, not a person who was doing it as a profession, but as hobby. So I have all the material. We have researched over last 70 to 80 years, and this is my small endeavor to tell people as to what the planets mean in very specific and in nutshell ways, which can be applied in your own horoscope or when you go to consult people. You can have my books also from Sagar Publications, and if you have anything, you can contact me on the Facebook or write to me. Thanks. Bye for now.